Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Torn Down the Middle, Chapter 50, and this one is titled The End, Take 1. Shoto stood for a moment, surveying the carnage before being prompted by Kaminari to wrap up the play. Romeo Montague has defeated the rogue Romeo for the hand of fair Juliet. He now lays claim to his prize, Kaminari said triumphantly. You had to stop yourself from grinning from ear to ear as Shoto turned slowly and gazed up at you in your tower. My love, Juliet, he said solemnly as he walked slowly through the patches of snow that lay on stage to the base of the ladder that had been placed at the base of your tower for him to climb. The foe of love hath been subdued. Translation: My love, Juliet, the enemy of love has been taken care of. The fangirls in the crowd squealed with jealous delight for their new hero, Romeo Montague, and his charming lines. More than a few of them wished that they were in your shoes right now. Your heart pounded in your chest as his bewitching eyes watched your face as he climbed. Aye, my sweet Romeo, no more to rent us in twain, you replied airily. Translation: Yes, my sweet Romeo, no longer will he pull us apart. Allow for me, fair maiden, to delight in love's first kiss, Shoto said lowly as he neared the top of the ladder and leaned over. Translation: Please let me kiss you. Mine lips hath longed for thine, my love, kiss, and let me partake of thine. Such a delight hath been withheld for long enough, you replied as your face neared his. Translation: I've been dying to kiss you. This has been a long time coming. The passionate kiss that followed took the two of you by surprise. His tongue brushed your lips, and instantly you were both enraptured in each other, chemistry bouncing between you. And in that moment, you knew he was the one. Whoa, Mina whispered harshly to Jiro beside her. Does that look like a real kiss or what? She added as they watched from the back of the auditorium. The audience had erupted at this point, and already people were starting to stand in their seats to give a standing ovation. You broke from the kiss as the cheering and clapping got louder, and both you and Shoto looked into the crowd. Unable to contain yourself any longer, you smiled brightly against the blinding lights. I think they liked it, you said, looking at Shoto, and he looked from the audience back to you. All because of you, Yin, he said with a soft smile. The play ended at that point, and everyone involved in the play came back on stage after Kaminari's finishing outro and held hands, bowing to the audience in gratitude as screams and shouts of encore echoed through the auditorium. You were beside Shoto, your right hand holding his left hand, and you could feel the fire coursing through his veins. While everyone was smiling out to the crowd, he was watching you standing beside him. You felt his eyes on you and looked at him, looking away immediately when you realised he'd just been admiring you that whole time. 3 cheers for Romeo and Juliet! Kaminari called into the microphone. The audience was only too happy to comply, and a chorus of hoorays rang out. You grinned and then covered your giant smile with your left hand as Shoto squeezed your right hand, giving you a fond smile when you looked at him. Kirishima had to hold Bakugou back as he was desperate for round 2 with Shoto, his cries of challenge being drowned out by the crowd. Man, what an awesome play that was, Kaminari said proudly as he approached Jiro afterwards. It was chaotic, but the audience enjoyed it, so I guess I should say well done, she said, looking away with embarrassment. I'll take it. That's a compliment, Kaminari replied with a smirk. Come get dinner with me to celebrate? Jiro eyed him from the corner of her eye. Yeah, fine, she said. Awesome. It's the date, Kaminari replied excitedly. Date? I didn't say anything about a date, Jiro stammered. Come on. You can say you dated me just before I became a famous stage narrator, he said, slinging an arm across her shoulders and casually walking her to the door. She jammed an earjack in his ear. Everyone crowded you after the play, wanting to congratulate you and recount their favourite parts of the play as you stood backstage. You were a little overwhelmed by the throng of people, but did your best to thank and talk to them all. Then suddenly a strong hand grabbed you and pulled you from the centre of the crowd. Take a number and wait, you damn extras. It's my turn to talk to Juliet, Bakugou barked gruffly as he dragged you off down the hall. You waited until he had dragged you to a more quiet part of the backstage area before flinging his arm off. What the hell, Katsuki? You shouted. What was that all about? Oi, I was supposed to be Romeo, not icy hot, he shot back. Yeah, but I felt more comfortable with Shoto, you said more quietly as you dropped your head and rubbed one hand to your opposite arm, hugging yourself. I was struggling. and he kept me calm. Bakugou's scowl deepened and then he softened. You've got feelings for Icy Hot, don't you? He mumbled. I saw that kiss. You looked up at him slightly shocked. Yeah, well, he frowned. Just so you know, we don't need to be doing the whole faking dating thing anymore. Your mouth fell open. Well, what? You asked incredulously. Yeah, he grunted, looking away. Everything's been sorted out. So go to half and half. Tell him how you feel. And don't let anyone else get in your way, okay, dumbass? You squealed with excitement and flung your arms around his neck, kissing him quickly on the cheek before hugging him. Don't kiss me, you idiot, Bakugou chided. Go kiss Icy Hot. You didn't need to be told twice, and with that you let him go, turned and ran, calling out another thank you over your shoulder as you ran. You came back to the stage area, searching for Shoto, but he was nowhere to be seen. You were about to give up and go to the dressing room to get changed when he caught you in the hallway. Yin, come with me, he said, extending his hand to you. You smiled and took it, following him as he led you up the flight of stairs to the roof. I was looking for you, Shoto. I have something to, tell you. He nodded as he walked. I have something to tell you too, he said as he led you up the last of the stairs and out onto the roof, just as the sun was setting. Yin, he stated softly as he turned to face you, gazing down at you with those gorgeous mismatched eyes. I wanted to catch you alone for a bit. Yes, Shoto? You asked curiously, feeling like he had more to say. I feel now is the right time for me to tell you how much that I've fallen for you, he said gently in his velvety voice. I don't care how long I have to wait, but my dream is to make you mine. Your heart skipped a beat as he tenderly brushed the side of your face with his fingers, smoothing some of your fringe out of the way. He glanced at your lips and then back to your face, his eyes pleading for another kiss. You wrapped your arms up around his neck and leaned in to kiss him as his hands settled on your waist. After kissing passionately for a moment, you pulled back. Shoto, Katsuki told me that we no longer have to be fake dating anymore, so... He gently took his hands to your neck, feeling for the necklace that was already there, and undid it, taking it off and sliding the ring off the necklace into his hand. Yin, when we're older, he said, holding your right hand up and placing the ring at the tip of your finger. Will you marry me? But for now, will you be my girlfriend and wear this ring as a promise? Till death do us part, Romeo, he replied with a giggle as he slipped the ring on, leaning in for one last kiss. And there is the Shoto ending for all the Team Shoto fans out there. Next week is the Bakugou ending, so Bakugou stands. Stay tuned for that. And I do have a third ending for my pollies. I have made sure to cover all bases this time, so I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.